What's going on, y'all? This is the nighttime now, the action from earlier today. I owe my nigga Jerry, Mississippi TV. Y'all check him out.
Yeah.
With his 1987 box Chevy. He going about 55, fourth gear going about 1900 RPMs. Can you see?
480.
480.
28, 3200 style converter, boss out.
Got that boss all torque converter in here, big stroker, LS.
Terminator X Max.
Hell yeah.
Transmission control.
All that.
Y'all caught us on the Saturday night. We moving the groove.
Out here cruising. Shit, man. Tell the people something about your car, man.
Shit, so, look for the camo. I ain't gonna look directly.
Alright.
I got an 87 box Chevy. My name Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? I got that car when I was 18 years old in high school. I'm about to be 37 now, so I'd had it down there all my adult life. You feel me? My dash off right now, because I just hooked up my PRV. I'm in the stage of getting all my mirrors right, you feel me? I did my AC last year. And my mirrors are probably like one of the final things that I want to wrap up. And I also got a 4L80 at home that I'm actually going to get built. I got some good parts to put in it. You know what I'm saying? But the one I got in here now is straight from the junkyard. No modification done to it. I just want to see, can you take one out of the junkyard, put it straight in your car and ride. I paid $190 for this junk, and we still riding, you feel me? We still riding and gliding. I got all the bells and whistles in here. Like I said, the Holly Terminator X Max, wire harness, 4L80, positive unit, I still got the stock Cell 5. I got the positive unit in there. I got the aftermarket axles. What else we got?
Tell the people what kind of subs you got.
I got 215 P3s, punch. You know what I'm saying? I just recently had a problem with them, but they wasn't, I guess you could say it wasn't beat no more, but I found out my box head came apart. So I took it out, I took it up on myself and resealed it, which I only use wood screws and some Gorilla wood glue, which cost me $10 by doing it myself. But when I went to the shop where I got my mirrors put in it, they told me they'll charge me $650 to rebuild the box. And I went to another audio store. They told me $1,500. It cost me $10. I did it myself, and now we back there. You feel me?
Hell yeah. And my nigga Jerry got the sunroof in here.
I got the sunroof in here.
Yep.
This time of the night, this temperature right here, it ain't nothing like having the 4 windows down, got your mirrors on, you hearing the motor goddamn talking, and you got the roof open. It's just a vibe, man. It's our peace of mind. That's what we do it. Peace of mind, man.
And y'all see that digital dash in there?
Got the digital dash, VHS. I don't got the MDX. The HDX. I got the VHS. The first one, the second one that came out, but you know it get the job done. Cause on the HDX, only thing you really can do, only thing that's different from this is like the layout, and you can change the different colors. But I work on cars, so I don't really care about the colors. I just need to know my reading, so that's why I haven't changed yet.
So if somebody was just not getting a box Chevy, what would you tell them to do? Like their first upgrade to the box Chevy?
The first upgrade, I say, first of all, you know what I'm saying, the motor straight up in it, just ride that thing until you put your blueprint together. And what I mean by blueprint together, find out what engine you want to put in it. What engine, what transmission. Nah, let me take that back. Do your blueprint, find out what motor transmission you want to do, right? And depending on what motor transmission you want to do, then you want to go off what cam you put in your motor, in your style converter, to decide what kind of gears you want in your rear end. But if you're in the big rim world, I recommend you at least put like 4 10s up in it to help take some of the strain off your transmission and motor. Everything got to go together. You know what I'm saying? But them the first thing. You want to start with your motor transmission. The motor transmission rim. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go paint first. You don't want to go mirrors at first. Unless, you know what I'm saying, you got your bread right where you can do that and you know you about to do your drivetrain. But me personally, I recommend you doing your drivetrain first. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be a person that just want to put rims and mirrors on your car. And that's okay too, because that right there came back in style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people got the stock 305, 700R, and they throw rims on it and ride. But me personally, me coming from Mississippi, I gotta have my drivetrain. I gotta have a stock motor. I gotta have an A1 transmission, and I gotta have some gear. You know what I'm saying? With a nice exhaust up there. And all the mirrors and the paint, they gonna come later for me. And that's how I did mine.
Yeah.
I did the motor. I had my motor done, my transmission, got my rear done. My paint was faded for years, and I finally saved my money, and then I got it sprayed, and everything else just came along with it. But motor, transmission, rear, they're my top three. They're my top three. How you feel about the drop top?
Hey, shit, the way you said it is right, because if you gonna go motor and transmission, rear end, that's 10 bands minimum right there.
Yeah.
Conventional or LS, because you got to buy the Harley Terminator or whatever ECU you want to use is going to be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000.
Yeah.
Your motor going to be on the low end. Either you're going to get a drop-in Junkyard one, or you can get a slight rebuild or a full built motor. It's going to cost you anywhere from $1,000 to about $8,000 on the low end. And if you want something crazy, stroker motor, you're going to spend about a good 10 to 15 depending on heads and intake.
So look, check this out, drop top. Let the folks know, but like I said, everybody don't got the bread to get the motor built right out real. So give the people your guideline. If you do grab a motor out the junkyard, what's the basic thing you feel like they should do to that motor besides just throwing it in?
All right, so if you get a motor at the junkyard, what you should do is change your bearings, your main bearings and your rod bearings. New oil pump, put your new cam in there. You're gonna need a cam retainer plate. Take the heads, get them cleaned up. You're gonna put some 660 springs in there.
Okay.
You ain't got any no big name shit. You know, get some shit off Amazon or eBay, or you can go to Michigan Motorsports. They got a good deal. You know, I ain't advertising. I'm just saying they got a good deal on stuff.
Yeah.
Get your heads cleaned up. You ain't got to get them poured and nothing like that. Because if you ain't changing the bottom end, ain't no point in putting no $3,000, $5,000 heads in your motor, because you ain't gonna get no more horsepower out of it. So those are things I would do. Main bearings, rod bearings, new cam retainer plate, and also new oil pan, new oil pump, and oil pickup tube is really important, really. And get your heads cleaned up. And that right there should be, and some springs. That's gonna be about $1,500 right there. 15 to 2,000 right there. And then just get you an intake. If you want the truck intake, get that. Or if you find a factory, goddamn Trailblazer SS intake, that's the best intake to get bang for your buck factory wise, because it gives you the most torque, and it's better looking than a truck one, and give you more torque than the Corvette or the Camaro one. Okay. That's what I would recommend if you just want a quick little drop-in motor, and then some gears in there. If you got a stock rear end, like either 8.5 or 7.5, use some gears. The gears gonna be about $1,000, $1,500 to buy them and put them in. Unless you buy a whole posi unit like I did. You buy a whole posi unit, that's gonna be damn near, I think $850, because I bought a Yukon Grizzly one, and then Miles put it in for me. I think he charged me about $350, so that was like $1,200. Okay. And then after that, shit. If your transmission straight, I would just keep on driving. I would just add a transmission cooler to it.
Definitely need that cooler.
Definitely add a transmission cooler to it. And shit, drop that in there and go with that for the time being.
Yeah.
But if you try to go another route, like let's just say,
actually get you a motor
build.
Get you a motor build. So check this out, drop top. You got the 5.3.
Yeah.
You got the 6.0, 6.2. You know, you can do the 408, all that right there. What's like, get the people like the rundown on like what you can expect from them little rundowns. Get them like a small description of like everyone I just said, like the 5.3. That's just a comment go to junk. Which you kind of just gave them, like the rundown what to do to them. But if somebody was just not getting the game and they didn't want no 5.3, which one you would recommend?
All right, so if you wanted to go 5.3 and you did want to get it in board and stroke it, you can do that. Or you can just take it and drop it in. A 5.3 is going to give you 550 horsepower, 600 horsepower if you buy a stroker kit for it. You know, bored out. The one we got now in the Corvette is a 5.3. It is bored 100 over, so it's going to be a 5.7 liter. But we're going to keep the stock crank in there and the stock stroke. But everything else is brand new inside. The bearings, main bearings, rod bearings, everything else is good. New heads, not new heads, but the 317s. With some,
pretty good.
Yeah, you know, to bring the compression down, and some 660 springs to the Corvette intake. And if you want a motor like that, you're gonna get you 500, 600 horsepower. You know, and it's gonna keep up with everybody. It's gonna be damn near you can beat this damn Scat Pack. It'll be damn near close. But if you get a 6.0, and if you want to make it a 408, or you just want to get you a 6.0 LS, you just put a cam in there. Heads, like I say, heads don't really bring you that much horsepower if you're not changing the stroke. So if you just say I got a 6.0, I would change the cam, take the heads, get them cleaned up. Always put new springs in there with that bigger cam. Unless you get a stage 1 cam and you don't want to touch the heads, that's fine too. But definitely change the heads, not heads, but change the springs in the heads. Put your cam in there, and you're already gonna be at 600 without doing no stroking, no nothing. You're gonna be at a good 550, 600. Just all motor with a 6.0.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I say, get you a good intake. I mean, because the factory one look kind of ugly. But if you get you a 408, you're gonna be at the minimum 600 horsepower with a 408 stroke. And it's gonna give you all the torque, download torque. And so if you just want you a torque monster, make sure you get the proper intake to give you the more torque for street, you know, stoplight to stoplight.
Okay.
Now, if you're doing some highway pulls and you ain't gonna be doing stoplight to stoplight, or you may race in the future, then you might want to get you a high ram or an intake, you know, that's gonna give you more RPM, you know, better flowing, and you know, in the higher RPMs and more horsepower. But if you're just cruising around and occasionally get on the interstate and run it, I would definitely get an intake that gives you the most torque, especially with a 408 stroker, because if you get a 408, you should get you should minimum have 823 heads, 821s. Those are the different numbers for the LS3. Some are truck heads, and some are the ones that came on, like the Pontiacs, GTOs, the Camaros, and the Corvettes. And I think the ones that Quinn had on his were like 5. Damn, I can't remember. They're like 5.264 heads. That's the number that's on them.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact number.
Another thing, drop top.
They got caught at the light.
I'm trying to see, what was I about to say? Hold on, get my mind out right. Goddamn. Okay. So you had it. What would you say to the people out there that stuck between first gen and second gen? What's your pros and cons, because you done did both of them? You know what I'm saying? But now you LS, you the fool, or you got a lot of experience with the LS.
Yeah.
What would you tell them, man?
So what I would say is, if you got you a 400, or just say you got a 350 in there, you don't want to go LS, I would put, you know, make your fuel injected. Now, since Holley, I will only go fuel injected with a small block if you're going to use the Holley intake. You know, because I hate the carbureted look.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go fuel injected, go all the way, get you the Holley intake, you know, the valve body, throttle body, my fault, and do it that way. But versus the LS, you know what I'm saying, it just turned the key. Same with the, if you get the 350 or the carburetor motor converted over to EFI, it's the same way. But the LS is going to give you a little more reliability. It's going to look a little better under the hood. You know, you can do different combinations. You can still rev your motor high and not worry about, you know.
Just showing what's going on. So look at that data. We got down 4 gear, overdrive,
Yep.
10 gears, big 26-inch rim, going 62 miles an hour, pushing 2100 RPM. That motor ain't working at all. She just slide and glide. Good temperature. My temperature running like around 171.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're in 4th gear, 8% throttle, and we just riding and cruising, man, on the highway. This is LS. This is LS world, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's nothing wrong with getting a small block that rev high, but you may lose out on a little bit of that torque, unless you're gonna spend big money on a small block. And to me, it's pointless to spending big money on a 350. You'd rather spend that money in the LS, where you get the bottom end torque, get good mid-range torque, and you can rev the goddamn motor damn near 8,000 RPMs and still get that high RPM horsepower. So that's the good side of the LS.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go bigger, say a 416 or a 427, if you wanted to get a 416 out of an LS3, you just bore it 10 over or 5 over. Well, the bore on that is a 4.060 or 65. Just bore it to 4.070. It changed the stroke from the factory stroke stroke to the 4-inch stroke, and that's how you get you an LS, a 416 LS3.
Okay.
But if you got a 6.0, you can bore it out 65 over and just get you a 4-inch stroke and make a 416 also. So that way you don't gotta look for an LS3 block. Just get you a 6.0, you bore it 65 over, then you get you a 4-inch crank and get you some 6.125 rods, and that way you have a 416. And it's crucial to get the longer rods when you build a stroker motor because you get more horsepower. You can pick up actually about 20 to 30 horsepower by going from the 6.098 rods to the 6.125. The stock motors come with 6.098 rods. Everything you do with stroker kits, you'll look at online, is going to be 6.125, and that's to give you more, more stroke, more clearance, and also it does increase your horsepower by going to longer rods.
That 416 gonna give me everything that fucking want out of it.
It is.
Screw my friends too.
Yeah, but like Quinn's motor, he sold it now, so I tell you, it was a LS2. It was a 6.0 board 65 over with the 4-inch stroke, but Quinn kept the 6.098 rods. He just went to the Gen 4 rods. The factory Gen 4 rods are stronger than the stock rods that come in the 6.0, like the Gen 2 or back in the early blocks like 99, 2000, between 99 and say 2006. But if you get some Gen 4 rods, shit, that's the way to go with them. And those are actually strong and good rods. But you might miss out on a little bit of horsepower though. But if you can find you a good set of Gen 4 rods, you can goddamn, your motor be a nice healthy motor. And shit, they don't even cost that much actually.
You getting them a nice layout now.
Yeah, because the Gen 4 rods, oh no, my fault, they might be actually Gen 3 rods. My fault, Gen 3. The Gen 3 rods, they only cost about $200-$300. But if you get the 6.125 rods aftermarket, don't matter if it's Carrillo, I think it's Carrillo, got daggone Eagle, who's the other one? Goddamn Texas Speed got big rods. Those gonna be anywhere from $600 to $1,200. But if you can find some factory Gen 3 rods from the junkyard or somebody selling on marketplace, that's only gonna cost you maybe $200-$300. And that way you can add it to your stroker kit and make you a nice little stroker that way. So it's different ways to go. It depends on your budget, how much horsepower you want.
Yeah.
And, when it comes to LS shit and making the horsepower, it's all about motherfucking holding your nuts really. Because the goddamn 6.0 cruising is gonna do the same thing as the goddamn LS cruising. You ain't gonna cruise no goddamn fast. If everybody going 65, you going 65. You know what I'm saying? And damn sure pick a good cam out. If you pick a crazy, I'm gonna go with this big ass cam, you're gonna have to get a big ass stall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna ride around a big ass stall, and then you damn sure gonna need that trans cooler to keep them temps down. Also, but if you on like Jerry, he on 26's, his 14 gears, 2,000 RPMs, you might be alright. But if you somebody who just you ain't driving long distance, or you can drive long distance with it, I would suggest go with some 456 gears on 26s or 28s. That way, with the overdrive, and you still gonna be at maybe 2,500 to 2,800 RPMs, and it's gonna give you that down low torque. It's gonna wrap them tires up way quicker, and you damn sure gonna smoke the tires out everywhere you go, but just by stepping on it. That's anything from a 6.0, from a fucking 5.3, all the way to an LS7. So once you put bigger gears in your car, it's gonna make your ride a whole lot better down low. You know what I'm saying? For cutting up and having fun and enjoying your ride more. Definitely do that.
We enjoy how that we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night, temperature feeling good. Roof open, windows down. We vibing out.
Hell yeah.
Vibing. I went to the script last night. It was super packed. We was on our way tonight, but we had like a little malfunction with it. It's all good. We'll catch them again. You know what I'm saying? Tell them folks, man, shit, you gonna be at the track soon. Testing your joint out. You did a nice little test run tonight. Goddamn, when I tell you, man, the main motor right here for real, now. That dude right there the real deal.
Yeah, it's alright. Got a little something.
That motherfucker ain't got so goddamn aggressive. No cap. talking about mean sounding nasty hell. Shit, that bitch the truth, boy. You got your one.
Yeah, appreciate
one,
that. But shit, if y'all want to see that video though, make sure y'all go to Mississippi TV and check out that video from earlier today of doing the test drive. Jerry got the video of it, how it sounds, how it ride. We're gonna give you all the footage on that. And appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm gonna come back to y'all with another video. Brokerage TV. My boy Jerry, Mississippi TV.
Man, tap in Mississippi TV. Y'all know what's going on.